Hello, back with another one of these CD videos. Um, I was going to show you some of the records that I have, but I'll get to that later. Um, but I'm excited today because it's one of my favorite artists that I get to talk about, and that's David Bowie. Um, yeah, I have a ton of his stuff on vinyl as well, but it would take too long to talk about it because I appreciate each album for what it is. This one, of course, is Space Oddity, which was his first big hit, as it came out just after the Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Um, but some of the other songs that I found really hit me with this one were The Wild Eyed Boy from Free Cloud. That's an interesting one. This, uh, this town, it's a very strange story. It's a story song, but they this town become afraid of this boy who comes from this mountaintop called Free Cloud. They think that he has magic powers or something like that, and they decide to kill him, and then the mountain crumples down onto the town people. It's a very strange story, but it's fascinating. And God Knows I'm Good is an interesting song. That's about a woman shoplifting. And what's interesting is he mentions cash machines spitting money onto the ground. And, you know, debit machines didn't exist or ATMs didn't exist in 1969. So, anyway, that's a little bit of prophecy of David Bowie. Then we have his second album, Hunky Dory. It has hit songs like Changes and Oh You Pretty Things, Life on Mars. Um, Andy Warhol was an interesting song. I heard that in a record store one time in Huntsville, Ontario. Me and my buddy walked in there, and it was like such a bright, sunny day, and it was in the middle of fall, and the fall colors up there are just absolutely beautiful that time of year. We walk into this record store, and I hear this weird. It's a stylophone. It's a little tiny keyboard that can be played with a pen, and it has a high pitched sound. I hear this just sort of chiming away, and this cut up conversation in the studio, and then just this amazing song played on a 12-string guitar, and it has like sort of a Spanish guitar styling to it. And he's talking about Andy Warhol, and so I went over to the cashier and asked about it, and they said it's hunky dory. You gotta get it. So I should have had it all along, really, but you got to start somewhere. Um, and then Lodger, I picked this up just because I was walking into a record store, and I make it an effort to try to get all the David Bowie albums. This was during his 70s period, the Berlin Triptych, where he and Iggy Pop moved to Berlin to try to get off heroin and become productive musicians and artists again. And they did that. They collaborated while on each other's records. Uh, this is an incredible album. Um, it's got three hit singles off of it: DJ, I Am a DJ, I Am What I Play, Look Back in Anger, and Boys Keep Swinging. Red Money's an interesting song because it's one of the ones that he and Iggy Pop collaborated on. So they both took the backing musical tracks, the instrumental tracks, and wrote completely different songs. Iggy used the music to write Sister Midnight, which is on his 1977 album, The Passenger. So that's worth checking out if you haven't already. One thing I like about Ryko Disc is they add all these bonus tracks, and the packaging is really cool. But so yeah, that's Lodger, and this was in his '90s phase. He was trying to mix R&B and hip hop production values to his music. It's a strange sounding record to me. It's rare that I'm in the mood to put this on, but I do think it's a great album. Um, I, and he does a really cool version of I Know It's Gonna Happen Someday by Morrissey. They were briefly friends. They toured together, and then I guess they had some sort of falling out. But this also marked his wedding to Iman. And while they were celebrating the happiest time of their lives, the Rodney King riots were taking place in the U.S. in Los Angeles, and so he was dealing with both things at the same time. Um, and then this one here came out when I was in college. This is Hours. The big single off of that was Thursday's Child, which is a really melancholy kind of song. But there's really cool lyrics there. He sings some songs about his brother, and there's another song called What's Really Happening where the lyrics were written in a contest. I gotta hurry up because I'm running out of space here. But it's a great album. I got the first version that came out with the lenticular cover. I need to get a new case for it. And then Reality, this is a later one where he did a cover of Pablo Picasso by Jonathan Richman. Fall Dog Bombs the Moon. It's a really cool album. Bring Me the Disco King is a really great song. I love this record. This cheered me up when I was at work so many times. The Stars Are Out Tonight. That song, the first song that came off as a single was Where Are We Now, and I wasn't into that one at first, not until I heard it in the whole context. Uh, and also, this is a cover, the same artwork as his album Heroes, but Heroes has been crossed out, and this has been placed over top of it. And I'm running out of space, so I've got to show you quickly. These are some compilations. This one is from Uncut Magazine, and this is a greatest hits collection that I made for my own use in the car. So that's it. I'll talk about the vinyl another time. Have fun.